So good evening once again. I want to officially welcome you to this training. We are officially starting and others can actually join us either now or in between the training sections. But I wouldn't want us to miss out on any section because it's actually going to be an impactful training that can lead us from our current state in terms of marketing and sales and real estate in general to a point whereby we'll be closing deals with confidence. You will be getting a lot of digital strategies, you'll be getting a lot of marketing strategies, sales strategies, and as well expert guidance to move you from leads to deals. So I want to officially introduce the power mind behind this training, and my name is Ifeanyi Kalu. I'm the IT manager of Sought After Project and Services Limited. And Sought After Project and Services Limited has a CEO, which is in the person of Mr. Moses Taiwo. He is the real estate coach. He has been in business for over 20 years and has the experience to impact in us on the real estate business mastery, everything we need to learn in real estate, and that will be happening on the 15th. So if you are in this training, I don't want you to miss out on the 15th of this same training, leads to the, which is next week Saturday, where we'll be learning everything about real estate. So Mr. Moses Taiwo is greeting us from where he is right now and will be joining us on the 15th in March, which is next week, Saturday. He is the MD CEO of Sought After Project and Services Limited. And Sought After Project and Services Limited has a mission of offering excellent service with premium interest on customer convenience and satisfaction at affordable rates. What we are into is we are into real estate investment and trainings. And part of what we are into is what we will be experiencing in this section, the training aspect of Sought After. So to give you an overview of what we actually do, we offer excellent service in all of this, both real estate, both investment and trainings. And our vision is developing a business line that is centered on customer satisfaction and building a service line that is customer friendly for the purpose of being an household name in the property industry. So both household name in the property industry and also impacting lives with the real estate knowledge, with our training, our investment knowledge, the knowledge that can take you from leads to deals as we are in this training section right now. So this is our mission, and straight up what we are going to learn in this training. Number one, in this training, I want us to be open-minded. I want us to jot down every particular section that we feel that we need insight on. I don't want us to leave any stone unturned, because we are here to actually learn and hone our skills to closing more deals. That is why we are actually in this training. I don't know if anyone is actually not in this training for that. If you are not in this training for that, you can just give an X. But if you're in this training to hone your marketing and sales skills, can I just see an emoji, your favorite emoji, to show that yes, you're actually here to learn these and with an open mind? That's great. That's great, Mr. Chika. That's great. So now we'll be learning about the leads to deals. We'll be learning about real estate business mastery. We'll also be learning about marketing mastery, and we'll be learning about sales mastery. So everything that we need, the strategies, the insights that we need to excel in real estate, both in marketing and sales, and also the fundamentals of real estate, is what we'll be learning throughout this training program, which is on the 8th today and on the 15th. So today we'll actually be learning on marketing mastery, and I want to introduce us to our coach for today. He's a marketing specialist, and he has trained more people and what we cannot count. He has trained over many people in marketing and growing them from where they are to the point where they want to be. So he has trained over 1,000 students and has actually impacted lives in marketing and sales. So Mr. Fisayo Akinolu will be our marketing specialist and will be training on marketing and sales. So I don't know if Mr. Fisayo, can you just greet the house and welcome the house? So so I'm opening the floor to Mr. Fisayo to take us on a journey of marketing mastery.
Hello everyone, good evening. Can you hear me? Hello, good evening. Please, if you can hear me, I would like you to indicate in the chat box so I'm sure that I'm broadcasting. Okay, awesome. So I just want to be sure that I'm clear and you can hear me. It's before. Okay, awesome, awesome. I can see that you are answering that you can hear me. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So it's a privilege to be here this evening, and like Mr. Ifeanyi has said, will be I'll be sharing with us on the topic of acquiring, nurturing, and converting leads to clients. So I'm happy to be with you today. But before I go on, I would request that you do something. Am I still broadcasting? If I'm still broadcasting, can I just see in the chat box and just let me know that you can hear me in the chat box? I want to be sure that I'm clear. Okay, awesome. I'm clear. Okay, okay, good. So I want you to do something for me because I will try to be as fast as possible. I think we have just about 60 minutes. 15 minutes is gone out of 60 minutes. And before we start asking questions and all of that, I would just like to run through a few things about real estate. I will be talking, like I said, about how to acquire, how to nurture, and how to convert leads so that we can make real estate deals. So please, if you don't have a notebook with you, I would like you to get a notebook. I would like you to get a pen so that you can write. So that you can write. I will try to be as quick as possible. Okay. So if you have that, I think it's a good time to get started. So we're talking about leads, and the first thing we should try to understand is if we talk about leads, who are leads? Lead, who are leads? Well, a lead is someone who is interested in something that you have to offer. So when you have something to offer, or if it's a company, the product or the service that you are trying to sell, that thing that you have to offer, the moment someone shows interest in that thing that you have to offer, that person is a lead. Now, the next thing we want to talk about is if we say, okay, now we know the definition of who a lead is, and we are talking about three things. We want to be able to acquire leads, we want to be able to nurture the leads, and we want to be able to guide or convert those leads into sales and make deals from those leads. So the next thing is what is lead acquisition? So if we know what leads are, then we need to know what the process of lead acquisition is. Well, lead acquisition simply is the process of targeting, identifying, and capturing the interest. Please write that down in capital letter. You have to capture the interest of potential customers. Those potential customers are the leads. And then when you capture their interest, you must be able to get them to give you their contact information as a proof of the interest they have in your products and services. Let me go over that again, because what I just said now is very, very important, and it captures the essence of a lot of the things that we are going to be talking about. So, number one, I said leads are people who are interested in what you have to offer. So either it's a product or service, those who are interested in it, those are leads. I now said, what is lead acquisition? I asked that question, what is lead acquisition? And I said, lead acquisition has to do with a process. It's a process by which you target people and then you identify those who are interested. You capture their interest in whatever it is you have to offer. And then when you have captured their interest, you now get them to give you their contact information as a proof of their interest. That is lead acquisition. Now, the contact information that you acquire, those are the leads that you have acquired, because each contact information you collect is a potential for a sale today or a sale into the future or a sale sometime later in the future. We are going to get into that as we go along. And then the last step is the nurturing, or the second step where we talk about is the nurturing. And nurturing of a lead simply is all about developing a relationship with those people that you have met. Now, most of the time, you buy things from only people you trust. If you don't trust me, it's difficult for you to want to. Or how many of you here will buy something from someone you don't trust? Probably you just meet me on the road, maybe in traffic, and I'm asking you, oh, come and buy land. I'm telling you, come and buy land. There's a plot of land, come and buy. How many of you here will give me, you will give me your money right there in the middle of the road and you will buy land from me? If you can do that, can I see you just make a comment that you will buy? How many of you can buy that kind of a thing? So you will find out that most of the time you buy things from people you trust. And nurturing of leads has to do with the development of that trust. But before we go further, I want you to know something that will really help you, because you see, most of the time when we talk about expanding your business reach, when we talk about marketing, most of the challenges you would face in your marketing is a challenge of the mind. It's something that it just goes on in your mind. Like, I've been coaching people for a very long time, and I can tell you for free. I can tell you for free that most of the time, when you see people succeed in business, people who succeed most of the time are those people that they act first, then they figure things out later. Most of the time, those are the people that are most successful in business. People who act first, they are always acting. They figure things later. But the rest of the people, what they usually do is that each time they want to start a business, or each time they're in a training like this, or they want to start something new, what they normally do is that they sit down and they think and they analyze and they read books and they attend seminar, and then they really don't do anything, and that really affects them. Let me just share two experiences, two case stories. Many years ago, I was in a training like this. I was just sharing with people, and it was a room packed full of people, and I was talking to people about a particular software that they can use, and they can use it to build a certain kind of business for people. And I was talking to them, and I was like, and it was a Saturday like this. It was a Saturday. I think the training was held around 12 that day, maybe around 12 p.m. And we're in the training, and I was telling them, I said, look, before Monday, if you can just go out there and do something with what you are learning now. I said before Monday, I would be surprised if I get someone who would make as much as 250,000 naira before Monday. And it was so surprising that on Monday, the next Monday, one of the people that came to the program just reached out to us, called us, and said, guys, when I left that day, I was thinking about the things you said, and I just started reaching out to people. I started telling people about what I learned. I started telling people about what I can do for them. I started telling people, and sir, as I'm talking to you now, people have paid me 200,000 naira. And it was now like, okay, so how do I do the job? And then we had to sit him down, we had to take him through how we get the job done, and he delivered the job. And that's the power of taking action. So, one of the major things that will help you as someone who is doing business, one of the major things that will help you is that you must be someone who is always taking action. Let me share another case study before I continue. Many years ago, this was around 2012 or thereabouts, we were in a meeting like this and we're talking about real estate. And there was a man in that meeting. I won't mention his name, but I try not to mention names. He was in that meeting. He knew nothing about real estate. And we were talking, and I said to them, I said, look, one of the things you need to understand about business is that most of the success you have in business is not when you sit down and you are thinking. Most of the success you have in business is when you go out there and you are taking action. You're asking people for sale. You're asking people to give you what you want. You're asking people how you can help them achieve what you. I said, that's when you get results. And I told them, I said, look, don't allow your fear, because most of the time it's fear that keeps us from getting things done. I said, see, go out there and just go and sell land. If you really don't want to do business, go out there and get people and make the deals. And it was like a job. See, the next week, one of those that came back and started saying, he said he has contacted someone, the person is asking questions. What should we tell the person? Okay, tell him this, tell him that. He told him, he came back, he said this, okay, this is how to answer. He came back, what should I tell him? But between you and I, between 90 days, that man sold more than 30 plots of land. This was someone who did not know anything at all about land. He didn't know anything at all about real estate. So as we go along today, I want to remind you of something that Waldo Emerson said many years ago. He said, do the thing you fear, and the death of fear is certain. Do the thing you fear, and the death of fear is certain. See, there are two fears you must face immediately. Number one is the fear of starting, and number two is the fear of asking. Because I'm really going into the whole thing now, and I'll start telling you steps about what to do and how to do, and I will be giving you assignments that I expect you to complete. Please, if you can still hear me clearly, can you just indicate in the chat box so I'm sure that I am not alone in the meeting? Just indicate in the chat box, let me know, am I still on? Am I still communicating? Am I still with you? Am I still on? Can everybody still hear me clearly? Okay, awesome. Thank you for letting me know that you are still hearing me. Okay, good. So I was saying that the two fears that you need to really overcome as quickly as possible is the fear to start, and number two is the fear to ask. So when I talk about the fear to ask, you see, most people are so afraid to get started because some people feel they are not good enough. Some people feel, oh, if I start now and I start telling people that I'm selling now and I start telling people that I'm doing this business, what will people say? And then they start covering up all these insecurities with analysis and planning. You see, sometimes you plan and plan and you analyze and analyze that that's your analysis that now paralyzes you and you are not able to do anything. everything. So one thing I want you to note is that the long and short of all this, my story, is this. If you really want to be someone who is out there doing real estate deals, you really want to be someone who is out there closing real estate deals, making sales, and doing things big in the area of real estate, one thing you need to know is that you need to start now. Just start now. Don't worry about anything. Anyhow, you can start. Start small. And then every little step you take, just see it as you are making discoveries. And then over time, from experience, over time, when you start and you are going small, over time, you will see that the experiences and the discoveries you make along the way will help you build a business empire. I have seen this work over and over and over again, and there's nothing you want to tell me that will make me change my mind about this approach. That is number one. Number two is the fear of asking. See, if you don't open your mouth to ask, you won't get anything in this life. If you don't open your mouth to ask, this is another powerful lesson that I've learned over the years. If you cannot open your mouth to ask for what you want, you cannot open your mouth to tell people what you have to offer, it will be very difficult for you to, get results. And most of the time, the major reason why people don't want to ask, they don't want to talk, is because they fear rejection and they fear failure. If I'm talking to someone, can you just signify in the chat box so I just know that I'm still with you? If this is you, this is describing you. Most of the time, I have discovered after over 20 years of doing this that most of the time, the reason why people are afraid to ask and to talk about things is because they fear rejection. What if I ask and the person says no and you are afraid? What if I start this thing now and I now fail and you are afraid? And this is what holds people back most of the time. But you see, the truth is this. If you don't ask, if you cannot face another person in this life and ask that person for what you want, you will never really get any result. That is the truth. So before we go ahead, I want to give you a challenge. Have you seen all those challenges that they do? The bottle challenge, water challenge, dancing challenge, climbing bottle challenge, and all those challenges. I also want to give you a challenge, and I am calling this challenge the 500 naira challenge. Are we ready to take this challenge? Let me just see, indicate in the chat box. Are we ready to take this challenge? Let me just be sure that we are still together. I want to give you a challenge that will help you overcome your fear of starting and your fear of asking before I begin to now break some things down, because there are some things I really want to talk about in the next 30 or so minutes. So are we ready to take this challenge? Are we still here? Am I still on? Am I connecting? Are you listening? Can you hear me? Okay, good, awesome. I see that we are ready to take this challenge. So this challenge is a 500 naira challenge. It's a 500 naira challenge. And this is what I want you to do. I want you, after this meeting, I want you to start asking people, and I want you to ask people to give you 500 naira. So you just call somebody you know, or someone you are related with, or someone who is on your contact list. You will call the person and you tell the person, oh, I'm starting a new business, and they give us an assignment, and I'm going to give a sales script after I explain this challenge. I'm going to give a sales script, and I want you write down the sales script. That's going to be your first sales script. Please, are you still with me? I'm trying to explain this challenge. Just indicate if you are still with me so that I know. I want to be sure you're getting me loud and clear so I can show this challenge. Are we still here? Are we still here? Am I still on? Okay, perfect. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to call people. You might send a WhatsApp message to them. You can call them. You now tell them that, oh, I am in a training that I'm going through, and that training is going to take a while. I want to start a new business, and they asked us to do an assignment. And the assignment they want us to do is that we need to ask people to give us 500 naira. This is my account number. I need to show them that I asked people to give me 500 naira, and I used to give them a screenshot that I actually received 500 naira. And I want you to get 500 naira from 10 people. That's the challenge I want. I want you to get 500 naira from 10 people before this weekend is over. I want you to get 500 naira from 10 people. So now I want you to write down what you are going to tell them. Are you ready? This is what you are going to tell them. I want you to write it down. So if you are going to do WhatsApp, this is what you are going to say. If you are going to be talking on phone, this is what you are going to say. Are you ready? I want to tell you what to say. Are you ready? Please indicate so that we don't waste time. We don't waste time. There's still a lot for us to cover. Are you still here? Am I still on? Are you still with me? Are you still with me? Are you ready to hear what you will tell people so that they will give you 500 naira? Okay, thank you, Rita. So let's go. Now, this is what you are going to say. You are going to say, hello, first name. That's the name of the person. You are going to say, hello, first name. How are you doing? I'm in a training for a real estate business that I am about to start. And they gave us an assignment to do. They told me to ask someone for 500 naira. You are the first person that came to my mind, and I would really appreciate if you can help me accomplish this task. Can you send me 500 naira right now? I promise to carry you along as the training goes and my progress in the business for the next 90 days. That's all you need to say. And then just send it to people and try to get 500 naira in 10 places. So if you can do that, you now discover something very powerful, that asking is not a problem. So let's now get into acquisition, because what I just did now, if you can do what I just did now, I've just given you a very powerful secret of doing business. So what is customer acquisition? Acquisition is all about, okay, you now go out, just like you just did now. If you can complete the task I just gave you, that's all you do in business. You go out there and you ask people. Okay, you want me to repeat? Okay, let me repeat again, very, very quickly. Now, this is what you tell people when you are asking for 500. I want you to ask people to give you 500 naira. So you tell them, hello, first name. That's the name of the person. How are you doing? You greet the person. You now tell the person, I am in a training, a real estate training, and I'm about to start a business based on this training. And they gave us an assignment. The assignment they gave us is that we should ask someone to send us 500 naira, because we need to send the screenshot that we received the 500 naira payment to as proof that we completed the training. You are the first person that came to my mind, and I will appreciate if you can help me accomplish my task. Can you send me 500 naira now? I promise to carry you along as the training goes and update you of my progress in the business over the next 90 days. Thank you. That's what you need to do. Now, what this does for you is that it helps you overcome your fear of asking people. Because most of the time, what you do in business is that you ask people to come and do business with you. And these are the steps involved. So these are the steps involved. Number one, you find a problem. Find a problem. So this real estate thing that you are doing now, you find a problem in real estate. For instance, if I'm going to do anything in real estate, maybe I want to sell a land, I'm trying to find what problem I can solve with that particular real estate. Let me give you an example. I'm about to start a real estate campaign for myself, and guess what problem I'm trying to solve? I'm trying to solve the problem of, like, okay, look, come and buy land now, because you see, your children are too small. In the next 10 years or the next 5 years, by the time you want to start paying university for university education, you see this land you are buying now, you will be able to sell it and it will fund your education. Now, what have I done? I found a problem, which is the payment for school fees in the next 5 years for people who would likely want to send their children to university. And then I solved that problem with my real estate offer. So that's number one. Find problems. When you want to acquire or you want people to get close to you, or you want to get close to people, or you want to get people to be interested in what you have to offer, number one, you have to give those people a reason to come to you. And it starts by helping them solve their problems. See, marketing is all about helping people solve problems. That's what marketing is all about. For those of you who you say, I don't like marketing, that's what marketing is all about. For example, if you know how to cure HIV today, will you tell people or not? Of course, you are going to tell people. You are going to go out there and you're going to start telling people, look, HIV, I know how to cure it. HIV, I know how to cure it. So it's the same thing. Once you have a solution for a problem, telling people about that solution is no longer a problem. And that's what real estate is. Real estate is a solution to people's problems. It's a solution for investment, it's a solution for peace of mind. So you have to approach it from that perspective. There's a problem, and then there's a solution. And then once you can package the solution to a problem, the next thing is to put it out there. So the next time you make a post on WhatsApp, that your post should now be about the problem that you can solve for people. That's how to acquire, that's how to acquire customers. And then when you are going to Facebook, that's what you should be doing. You are going to Instagram, that's what you should be doing. And really, when you look at it, you would see that all those people who are everywhere, the influencers, the marketers that you are looking up to, that's exactly what they are doing. They have found a problem, they are fixing the problem with solutions, and they are making money by selling products and services. It's as simple as that. So it's the same thing in real estate. You have to advertise yourself. And then the advertising channels you pick and you use, it really doesn't matter. If you can go to radio to do radio adverts, fine, good. If you can do Facebook adverts, good. I believe as we go along, we organize things like Facebook ads, how to run your own Facebook ads, how to run your own Instagram ads, and all those things. Your WhatsApp status, that's what should be there. That's how to acquire customers. So you are putting out what you have to offer so that people can see it. When people see what you have to offer, then the next thing is when they now show interest, you are making sure this is another very important step. This is where people miss it. You are making sure that you are getting their contacts. And their contacts usually for me should be their names, their phone numbers, because now we do WhatsApp and all of that, their phone numbers, and where possible, get the email addresses of these people. Am I still on? Can you still hear me? Let me be sure that I have a smooth transmission. I'm not the only one talking to myself. Please, can you indicate if I am still live? Can you just indicate? Am I still on? Can you just indicate for me in the chat box? Let me just know. Am I still here? You can send a reaction so that I know that I'm still on. Okay, please, can we get the script? Yes, I will send the script later. Okay, I will send the script later. Okay, good. Someone asked if the script can be made available. Yes, we'll make that script available later. Okay, so I was saying that you see, when you begin to put out there that you have something to offer, it may be a real estate place that you have to offer. It may be a plot of land. It may be a two-bedroom apartment that you want to sell. It may be a real estate training. It may be a book. whatever it is, the next thing you want to do now is that just like everybody is posting status, your WhatsApp status, that's what should be there. Your YouTube channel, that's what you should be talking about. Your Instagram feed, that's what should be there. Your Facebook, that is what should be there. Your conversation, that is what should be dominating it. Now, this is how to acquire customers. People that you know, that you feel can have the money to do business with you. It's time to get up and go to them and talk to them about what you have to offer. And see, that is why the challenge of the 500 is very important. Because you are going to learn a lot of lessons by carrying through with that challenge. You will discover how easy it is for you to get people to commit to you when you open your mouth and you ask. And that's what you do with acquisitions. So you are doing your flyers. There is Canva for design ads. Your Instagram, just make your ads and put it out there. Let people know what you have to offer. And then make sure that when people ask you about those things, you now get their contact. Now, this is where people miss it. Now, I just talked briefly about acquisition. Now, let's talk about nurturing, because this is where people miss it. Look, when you get people's contacts, most of the time, what happens is that once you go to people once and you ask them, oh, come and buy land from me, or come and buy this real estate, or I have this offer, the moment they tell you, I'm not interested, you don't go back to them again. That is one fundamental mistake that people make. You see, if you try something for the first time and you don't succeed, what you do is try, and try again. That's how to succeed. And that is the whole idea of nurturing. You see, in nurturing, this is what we do. When people have shown interest and you have their contact, just like you are here now, we have your contact. You know what we're going to do? From time to time, we will now start creating content. Now, listen very well. You see, there's a difference between advertising so that people get interested. Once they have become interested, you now need to begin to show them content that is relevant to that particular topic over time. So this is what happens. Let me share my personal, I like sharing personal experiences. Let me share some personal experience. Now, personally, I have seen people who I collected their contacts and they did not buy anything until after 5 years. Can you imagine that? They did not buy anything until after 5 years. So you are now wondering, so for 5 years, what were you doing? For 5 years, all I was doing was I was telling them about the same thing that I was doing. That was all I was doing for 5 years. So when you start telling people about what you have to offer, the process of nurturing is all about telling them about what you have to offer. For instance, you can do case studies and just put your case study into a short PDF or put your case study into a short video and you just post that video. You can go to sites for inspection, and then when you go to sites for inspection, carry your phone. See, all these our phones, it's one of the greatest assets we have to make money in this present time and age. When there is a site inspection, I think South Africa is going to be having a site inspection next week Saturday. Plan to join that site inspection. And when you go to that site inspection, carry your phone. And when you get there, the land, see how flat the land is. See, I'm telling you that this and this place is not far from so and so place. In fact, they are making video recording. and you post it. Now, when even the person that told you did not have money 1 year ago, when you continue, you go to another location, you post it again. You will not see that same person who did not have money. Maybe the person lost his job 1 year ago when you spoke with him. But you have stayed with your real estate. Stay consistent. Even if nobody is buying from you now, keep doing what you are doing. That is one powerful secret. Just continue to do what you are doing. Not the prices. Continue to contact people. They told you said before. Once a new estate comes, once a new bungalow comes, once a new terrace building comes, send it to them again. Do the video, post it, send it over and over again. You will be shocked that the person who did and because of that could not afford to buy will now suddenly get a job, and the person is now like, okay, I want to invest. And then the first person that will come to mind is that guy that has stayed consistent over time. Why? Because in your consistency, you build trust. That is how to nurture leads. That is how to, after you have acquired, that is how to nurture. You stay consistent. Listen to me. If 2 years from now, you continue to do the same thing that you are doing, there is no way people will not trust you. And you see, that is one of the secrets of the business success of our friends from the Eagles. That's one of the secrets of their business success. You see an Igbo man will go to an emerging community after he leaves his boss after serving, and he will go there. Maybe selling plumbing materials. I've seen building materials, people selling plumbing materials and things like that. They will go there and they will stay there. And then the next 5 years, they will still be there. Such that anytime you want to buy that building material, the next person you are going to think about is that guy. Question. Since the time you have said you want to start real estate business, is it on and off that you have been doing? If you've been doing on and off, you cannot get results. You have to make sure that every week you are talking about what you have to offer. Every week you are posting about what you have to offer. Every week you are doing videos about it. And then the most powerful is that you have to become an educator. So as I still on, I want to be sure I am still communicating, because I would like to take questions and answer those questions. So let me just quickly know that I'm still with you in the chat box. I like to be sure that we are in Nigeria. If you don't know when you are off and nobody's hearing you, so I want to be sure, am I still communicating? Can you just indicate quickly so that I know, so that I give you the rest of the things I want to give you? I want to give you the most powerful secrets of nurturing, the most powerful secret of nurturing, and then we go on. So am I still on? Mr. Ifayin, am I still on? I want to be sure.
Yes, you are still on.
Here?
You are still,
okay.
I can hear. Yes,
perfect. So now, this is one of the most powerful secrets of nurturing that I have discovered over the last 25 years of doing business. The most powerful, one of the most powerful, is to become an educator. To become an educator, you must become a teacher. You must become a teacher. Listen, most of the time, you will discover that people who will tell you, they don't want to buy land, and they don't, most of the time, no matter the English they are speaking, most of the time they don't know jack about real estate. That's one thing I've discovered. I've seen lawyers who were sent to my office to come and take us to court. By the time they came and we sat down and we started discussing about real estate, the lawyer went back and became our marketers. The lawyer that they sent to come and take us to court, by the time we sat down and we started explaining and we started gisting and we started telling the lawyer, you two, you know now, this one is not like this one is like this one is like this, if you do it like this is the result. So this is why we are saying this is why we are saying that. And then The lawyer became a marketer and started helping us to market land, and he started bringing clients to us, and he started collecting commissions from us. This is true life story. Plot of land, 80,000 naira some years back. By the time I was selling, I sold for 5 million. You will not believe it. I sold the same plot of land I bought for 80,000 naira. I sold it for 5 million. So most of the time, the reason why people are not buying it because they don't understand. So it is now left for you to now sit down and start putting together educative materials that explains to people, see, this is how to save. You can sit down and explain to people how to save money to buy a plot of land. That's an educational material. I'm giving you what is it called? Orijo, or what is it called? I'm giving you expo. So you can sit down and package a material that tells people how they can save money. So you look at things that they can cut costs on and divert that money to real estate, and in 4 months they have a plot of land. That's education. You can tell people from history, from case studies of people that bought land for 50,000 naira and what the land became, and you explain to people. You can tell people how that Okota Express used to be a swamp, and then see what it is now. It's all it used to be a swamp. I remember very well. It's all Okota Express. All those places used to be a swamp. See what it is now. If they ask you to come and pay 25,000 naira for those places in those days, or maybe 15,000 naira, you probably have rejected it. But look at what those places are now. See what is happening on the Lekki axis. See what is happening on the Lagos-Ibadan Express Road. There is hardly no portion of land between Lagos now and Shagamu interchange that is free. There is hardly a plot of land. Guess what? Years ago, when the regime was setting up in that place, if they have told you to come and buy a plot of land in that place for 200,000 naira, do you know you would have probably said, how can I go and buy a plot of land in this place that looks as if you are driving to heaven? But guess what has happened in that place now? Just take a trip, go from Lagos to Ibadan and see what I am saying. The same thing is happening now from Shagamu interchange down to Abeokuta. It's happening now. So all these things, people not taking action, people not responding to you, most of the time is because they don't understand. So you need to sit down and begin to bring out quotable quotes every morning. You put quotable quotes on your status. The best time to plant, all these quotable, the best time to buy land was 10 years ago. The next best time is now. That's the quote. The best time to buy, you turn all those quotes, all those things, you turn it around and use it to explain real estate. And then as you do that, you now discover that people who were strangers to you before, based on the way you are educating them. And guess what? You have sought after there. Very fantastic business, very fantastic people, very knowledgeable about real estate, and they are always open to train you. They are always open to answer your question. So you can sit down with them, go to their training, anything you learn, you now use that thing to frame an education that you also pass to your audience. Guess what? The moment you become a teacher, the next thing that happens to you is that you become an authority status. You become an authority status. That is the secret of all these celebrity and influencers that you see around. What they do first is to become an authority status. And once they become an authority status, people trust you. And people buy from you whatever it is you have to offer. And that is where you now go to the final stage of what we are doing this evening, where you now close the deal by asking people to come and buy from you. And there are steps to doing that. We have scarcity, we have bonuses. For instance, you can tell people, okay, anybody who buys land from me, through me, you buy. In the next 3 months, we all go together and we'll go and do a bonus store. All those kind of bonuses. You can do bonuses, you can do scarcity and all of that. But we'll get into all of that probably in another training because of time. Finally, as I round up, now there are There are softwares. There are softwares and there are steps by which you can automate all these things that I am talking about. Now, this is it. If you want to do this thing manually, just think about it. How many people will you reach out to? How many people can you talk to? Probably you will talk to 15, 30 people in a week. And those people will be people in your immediate environment because there is a limit to how many people you can reach. But you can put up a simple website. You can run your Google adverts. You can run your Instagram adverts and send people to your website. And there are softwares that will help you collect their names, their emails, their phone numbers, and those software will help you. All this education nurturing that I'm talking about, those softwares will help you to send all your messages. So even if you have 1,000 people, you can send message to the WhatsApp of 1,000 people. You can send message to the emails of 1,000 people at a time. And I believe that as time goes on, South Africa will put together trainings where we all sit down and we look at how you can set up those kind of systems. But please don't wait for that. Start now. Find real estate projects, contact South Africa, find the real estate project they are doing now, go to sites when they are going next week Saturday, do your videos, start telling people that you are selling, even if you don't know the price of the land, start telling people that you are selling land, start telling them and move, and you'll find out that because you are actively doing it, you will get results. As I round up, you don't learn how to bake cakes by watching cake videos. You learn how to bake cake by baking cake. It's the same thing. You don't learn how to cook soup by watching video. You learn how to cook soup by cooking soup. So if you really want to be a master at real estate, you don't learn it by sitting down and reading books. You don't learn it by attending seminars alone. You learn it by actually doing it. So all these things that you have noted today, you have to actually do them. And you find out that in doing it, you start getting results. So I'll close here for the night because time is fast spent. There's still a lot of things that we need to talk about, but probably in later meetings we'll talk about them. I believe you have gotten something. So let me just render the floor so that we can take questions and Mr. Ifeanyi can coordinate that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fisayo. I believe we've all actually learned a whole lot and are ready to ask questions. So if you have any question, you can just unmute your mic and just ask, go straight to the question so that we can be coordinated in this and get the whole insight of the real question and address it accordingly. So if you have any question, now this is the time to ask all your question. But before then, I want to know if you have actually gained something tonight, if we have actually gained knowledge that we can actually apply into our strategies or our marketing that we have been using before. If you have gained something, you can just comment in this chat box. Just say, "Oh, I've learned something today." Yes. All right, that's great. That's great. So let's ask our question right now. You can unmute your mic. So if you are not talking, please keep your mic mute. But if you are talking, just unmute your mic. Thank you. Just all right. The floor is open for question.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Amaka Kinsley Adigwe.
Okay.
All right. You said something. He said that when you reach out to a prospect and act like I'm not interested, I'll get back to you, or you I personally would like I withdraw, but you said keep asking, keep. I want to ask, am I disturbed on that person? Like, would I get to make that person get irritated about me? I don't know if I'm making sense with my question. If you are coming back and you go back, in what manner do you have to go back again or reach out to that person that won't get the person worn out or respond to you? Because for me, I feel like
Okay,
yes, if you're coming back all the time and you might wear the person out, I might be irritating. So is there any, do you freestyle it or how? How do you really come back to keep asking the person?
okay, good. Let me answer that question in a very simple way. Number one, you see, when you meet someone for the first time and you are telling them about a product or service, and that person tells you no, that no that the person said can mean different things. It can mean different things. One, no can mean I don't understand your product because you are meeting the person for the first time. If the person does not understand, the person will tell you no. And that no is not an outright no. That no is saying, I don't understand. No can mean, okay, I am interested, but right now I don't have the money. That can mean no. No can be that at that time that you went, the person was not in the right frame of mind. Like 2 weeks ago now, I was running around because my two daughters they got sick at the same time, and we had to take them to the hospital, and we're doing that for like a week straight. You can imagine someone now coming to me in the heat of that moment and now telling me I should come out. I will just tell the person no. So that no is not because I don't have money. It's probably not because I don't understand. It's not because I'm not interested. It's simply because at that point in time, I'm not even in the right frame of mind to even listen to what you have to say. Now, the question now is how do you now know that the no is not a no that you can turn to a yes? Because am I communicating? To still, hopefully, there's still going to be a training that will be organized where we probably take you through creating an automated system. Because that automated system does the job of the follow-up for you and all of that. But then in real life, you need to understand that you have to now understand that that no can mean different things. And that is why you go back. You have to go back. Now, when you go back, you don't necessarily now need you don't necessarily need to go back and now go and disturb the person that come and buy again. No. The next time you go back, you can go with a book that you wrote. You can write books. These days, life has become so easy that as you are now, you can sit down and within 1 week, you can write a book that is just about maybe 20 pages, a mini book, and then get a printer to do you direct imaging. If you need somebody who can do that, I will introduce you to someone. And then the person just have to do, instead of doing 1,000 copies, you just do 50 copies. When you finish with the 50 copies, or you can do 20 copies. When you are done with the 20 copies, you do another 20 copies. So the next time you go to the person, you now give the person a book. Now you did not say anything. You just said, "Oh, I talked to you about land the other time, but now I'm coming back and I just want to give you this book. Anytime you are interested, let us know." See, nobody rejects gifts. That's one thing, especially in this Nigeria. I don't think there's anybody will give a gift that will reject. Then the next time you go again, you can just drop a flyer and go. Now, what you are doing is that you are contacting the person again. You cannot see the difference. There's a difference between going to the person and then making yourself annoying, and then going to the person, and over time, you now become friends with the person that you even start gisting. And people tend to buy things from their friends. So it's all about, I don't know, do you get what I'm trying to explain, man? Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Have I answered your question?
Yes, sir. Yes, you did. You did. You did.
Good. Let me not talk again. So next question.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fisayo. So in a nutshell, is to Mr. Madam Amaka is to always follow up with value. I think that's what me I actually deduce from what Mr. Fisayo actually say. When you are following up with value. In that sense, you don't see yourself, I mean, impacting frustration on the person. So next question. Okay, Mr. Chinweze, you said something in the chat that that we didn't actually meet what we actually said, mastering lead generation. Now, handling objections to close deal fast. So objections, how to handle objections is going to come next week, which is on the 15th. So I want to implore us to not miss, which is actually on the sales training. You will learn how to handle objections. Like, I'm not interested is also an objection. You will also learn it more on how to handle it, and also how to scale from realtors to real estate entrepreneurs. So during the real estate business mastery class, which is happening next week as well, you will learn that as well. So this training is on marketing, and we've actually learned how to acquire leads by talking to people, the strategies. Mr. Visaya has actually dealt with it, and also the nurturing stage and the conversion stage. So, which I believe more will be discussed on our next training. So, if you feel that there is no part that we are covering, just stay around the training till 15th, and you see that we're going to touch every area that we say that you're going to be learning from the leads to deals. So, any other question? So let's make it snappy. Any other questions so we can? Oh, Abiodun, you are okay. This is great. From Abiodun says, I I've really learned a lot, and thanks so much. Okay, say he has learned something new today. That's great to hear, Abiodun. That's great to hear. And I believe I will be seeing you in the next training where we'll be talking about real estate business mastery and sales. So, any other questions still? Okay, in the absence of no other question, I believe this could just raise an insight to Mr. Visayo. How do you turn? You said something about is not all no's that you turn to a yes. So how do you turn? How do you turn a no per se? No, we have given out value, okay, but then how do you not know when to make that transition to turning that person to a yes? I don't know if you can actually answer that for us.
Okay, well, it depends. It depends. You see, the method of communication that you are using also determines. We have different types of communication channels. We have one-on-one communication channel, for instance, WhatsApp. If you are chatting with someone, that's one-on-one. If you are sitting down in an office with someone and you are talking to the person, that's one-on-one. We have one-to-many communication, where, like I said, I was talking about using softwares. So that can be a one-to-many, where you sit down behind your desk and you can broadcast an email to maybe like 25,000 people, 30,000 people, 50,000 people. You can send a text message to like 30,000 people, 40,000 people. So the communication method you are using also plays in how you do that. If you are using a one-to-many communication method, all you need to do, like I love one-to-many communication methods like emails, for instance. All you need to do is to keep sending out your educational materials. So you educate people, oh, this place we are going, this is why you need to be there. And you tell people, oh, the government has just started making roads. Look, when you go out, when you stand up and you go out, you will see road projects that government. When you see a new road project, a new major construction, it's an opportunity for real estate. So when you see those investors, you can now tell the person, oh, we have a project in this place, so this is the road that is coming up. By the time this road is done, there will be 5 lanes, and the road will be going from somewhere to Badagry, or the road will be going from this to that. And as I'm talking to you now, they've made and so bridges. Now, the next time you send again, you talk to people again. So over time, you keep giving that information. And then that consistency that people see, they will take you serious. Because there is no way you are talking about the same business. You've been talking about the same business for the same person for the last 3 years, 4 years. By the time that person wants to do something, the person will seek you out. So the channel of communication matters. If you are doing one-to-one, you are doing one-to-one communication, you need to understand human psychology. And you need to understand, okay, this person I'm sitting with, is the person looking tired? You are talking to somebody and the person is yawning. And you are like, okay, you are looking tired though. Should I buy you a bottle of Coke so that you can hear me? And the guy starts laughing. The fact that the guy starts laughing can help you turn a no that the bad guy has told you before to a yes. Because now you have gotten it on a friendly note, you are very laughing with you. And then you start this thing, in fact, as I am now, see, I'm already, and then you can share personal experiences. Sometimes a personal experience can help people change their minds. I share personal experiences a lot. I just told you now that there was a land I bought for 80,000, and by the time I was there, I sold for 5 million. That's a personal experience. Now, if you don't want to buy land before, personal experience, how would you feel? Oh, you need to answer it. Do you understand? So personal experiences, things that are going on around. That's why you must be current. You must know what is going on around. Just recently, I saw where someone was talking and was talking about people that travel abroad. And guess what he said? He said that people sell their lands and sell their houses. They travel abroad only to discover that when they get abroad, things are not so easy. So they arrange money again and they send the money back home for people to now buy land for them again. Now, that's something that is happening, and it's a real experience. And that kind of experience is something that you can use to convince people that there are all these people that have gone abroad. If you know anybody abroad, they will need to buy land. Though. You better tell them, we are genuine. When you buy land, 10 years later, you can come back and meet your land. We help you fence it, we help you put gates. In fact, we can help you to be doing small agriculture inside the place so that your mind is at peace. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, Mr. Ifan. These are the ways by which you enter into conversations with people. And like I always say, you learn these things by doing it. You cannot practice it by reading a book. You have to get into physical conversations with people and see how you can, gist with people. Sometimes making a sale is all about gisting with people. There's someone I'm speaking to now. I met the guy as a stranger, and then we just started gisting. And I did not know him from Adam. I didn't know him from anywhere. I didn't know him. We met as strangers. As I'm talking to you now, we've done business of over 500,000 naira. A total stranger. Why? I just got conversational. They just started talking. And as I'm talking to you now, aside from doing business of over 500,000 naira, they are now close. He now knows my house. The guy knows my house. He comes to my house. He now, you get so. I mean, that is it. Just imagine if you did not talk to your wife. For those of us that are married, if your husband did not talk to you, you get married. Don't you know that your husband and your wife, you were strangers, and then you got married? It's the same thing in business. You have to learn to read the moods of people. You have to get into conversations with them. You have to share your personal experiences. You have to discuss about the things that are happening in the society. You have to discuss about the future. See, everybody has fears. You have to understand the fears of people. That person you are talking to that said no. Maybe some people have come, they've sold you land before, and they ran away with the money. You didn't see money, you didn't see land. And now you are now coming to say you want to go and see land. He will bring up a cutlass and he will change you. Until you now sit him down and say, what is the problem? Then you now open up. And that was how I bought one land. They ran away. You say, okay, no problem. You know what I'm going to do? Just do a deposit of 50,000. Me, I will ensure that they give you allocation. I will take you to the place. They will see the allocation. When you see the allocation, you will drop block there. When you drop it and you see the allocation, pay the balance. You have just told a no to a yes. I don't know if you get it, Mr. Ifan.
Yeah.
So it's something that you learn over time, and it's something that you learn by doing it. That is why I said, don't be afraid. Just be doing it. Even when you are making mistakes, just know that that mistake is your experiment that will help you build your business empire. And then you keep going. And before you know, you need to be afraid to talk to somebody before. You will now sit down with people and you just be gisting with them and you be friendly with them. And before you know what's happening, they are opening their purse and they are giving you money. And you see, we are trying to do this for good. There are people who have mastered this thing and they are using it for bad. How do scammers scam people? A scammer will meet you, a total stranger, and within 15 minutes, you'll be cheating and laughing with the person, and you'll be feeling so comfortable with the person. You'll be feeling like you've known the guy for the last 15 years. The guy has your biodata, he has your email, he has your phone number, he knows your address, he's talking to you. 2 weeks later, you give him money, and then he runs away. It's the same thing. We are just trying to do the same thing, but this time around, we are trying to use it for good. Do you understand?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Fisayo. I think we'll be coming to, I don't know if we've actually have a nice time. So if we really learned something, can we just drop in the comment section? Okay, yes, that I've actually learned something new today. We can drop in the comment section. That's great. That's great. That's great. So this is what we do. We actually equip people with the right information on how to move from the current state in sales and marketing to where they want to be. That is sought after, and this is what we do. So we organize trainings like this often, both physical and online training. So, and sought after is all about real estate and investment. So if you are looking for a place to start your real estate business and you get empowerment as this training is going, you get empowered with the right information, you can actually send us an email at info@soughtafter.com.ng that you would love to be part of sought after to sell our properties. When you is actually there's no registration. Registration is completely free. Our commission ranges from 10% up to 20% in commission, and you have access to sell all of our land in our location. We have location in Lagos, Abuja, Ogun State, and the eastern part. So you have that opportunity to sell our properties, and you also see get opportunities to be empowered, just as we've gotten empowerment this evening. So I really want to appreciate everyone, and our next training is coming up on the 15th, which is next week, Saturday. So, Mr. Fisayo, I really appreciate you, and I believe everyone here appreciates you as well for sharing this wealth of knowledge with us and for being part of us in today's training. So, thank you very much, Mr. Fisayo. Thank you very much. So,
You're welcome, sir.
yeah. So, is there any other question before we end the training? Is there another question before we end the training? Okay, someone said I should drop the email address, so I'm dropping it on the chat box. So I've dropped the email, so you can send us an email that indicating your interest in becoming a marketing executive, and you have access to sell land, real estate, product, which is land as well, even our investment. Our office is located at number 545 Egbeda Idimo Road, Burnley bus stop. That is our physical office, and that is where you can actually reach us in person. Mondays to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. That is when we're always open. So thank you very much, and we really appreciate, sought after really appreciate all the attendees, and you'll be receiving the recording of this training so you can go over it as well. So we'll send out an email. If your information is not with us, maybe you just joined through referral or someone referred you to this training, you can send me a WhatsApp message. I'll be dropping my number. So send me a WhatsApp message with your name, your email address, then you'll receive the recording of today's training. So please do not miss next week, as it's going to be power packed. You'll be learning two major topics: real estate business mastery and sales explained. So come with your notebook, your writing material, your questions, everything, and we'll be on ground to attend to everyone. So thank you very much and have a lovely night rest. So leads to deals for today has come to an end. Thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you, Miss Stephanie.